Hi, I'm Tim, and this is my review for Titanfall 2. If you don't know, the Titanfall 2 is the second installment in the Titanfall series. The first part was kind of lacking, to say the least. It had no campaign, it was multiplayer only, and releasing paid DLC, which contained maps and new Titans, basically split the community, and the game died out quite fast. The Titanfall 2, on the other hand, is basically everything that Titanfall should have been. It has campaign, it won't have any paid DLCs, it has more multiplayer modes, more Titans, more loadouts, basically more everything. And it's in general a pretty amazing game. It took me about 6 hours to finish the campaign, which is, quite short, but considering the well-paced gameplay, I think it's pretty much worth it. And so far I played about 3 hours of multiplayer, so here we go. Let me give you my impressions of it. So let's start with the pros. Let's get the boring pros out of the way. So the graphics are really good, the game is very well optimized, the audio quality is very high, and voice acting is also pretty solid. So there's, nothing wrong on the technical level or the production level, basically. The next good thing about this game is gameplay mechanics. Moving and shooting feels quite amazing. If you played the first one, you will know that all the wall jumps, wall runs, and stuff like this is just crazy good. It is so polished that I don't think I've ever seen any other game get close to the quality of Titanfall movement. There is a Call of Duty what's the Infinite Warfare, right? The new one, and I played it, I tried it a bit, and it feels like a slog compared to Titanfall 2. They don't even get close to the velocity you can achieve in Titanfall. And with the addition of the grappling hook here, you can do even more crazier stuff like, kick people in the face while grapple towards them around the corner, which is just insane. Like, go and look up the videos, there's some people doing some crazy stuff in the multiplayer. Okay, the next major part here is amazing campaign. It's very well paced. It has a lot of very various missions. Obviously it has jump puzzles, which work very well with the Titanfall mechanics. There is a good mix of on foot and in Titan combat, so you get to do both, and sometimes you just have to crawl through spaces where your Titan can, and he will automatically look for the way around, and other times you have to get inside your Titan and actually kill other Titans, which feels really great, and the pace overall is very cool. Maps are well designed and have almost always have multiple paths to get to the end, and how you actually tackle the enemies in front of you, so there's almost never just a straight corridor, which feels really great actually. Again, combined with this sort of very rapid movement system, it always is awesome. There are, I think, 6 or 5 bosses in the game, and all of them are very different, and you have to figure out how to attack them. I played on hard, and it actually took me quite some time to defeat all of them and to figure out how you approach them. I don't think I killed any one of them from the first try, because I got basically mowed down by their ultimate abilities or something like this. And that's not all. There is actually some surprising elements to the campaign, for example, the platform puzzles with chain gun, which activates or deactivates some elements, like the crazy wind turbines that throw you through the half of the level. And there is as well time travel mechanics, which come in in the storyline, and they all make sense, but it is very interesting how it mixes up the gameplay. And the coolest part, they actually added this time travel mechanic into the multiplayer, and it works really well. You do have to work a bit to unlock it, but it's definitely worth it. And there is as well stuff like battles of armies of Titans versus armies of Titans when you storm the enemy's headquarters, basically. I would say that this is probably second place after the new Doom for me for the Game of the Year campaign. It's it's short, sure, but it's so well made and so well paced that it's just amazing. I think I will probably replay it a few more times just because it's so great. Alright, the next good thing about the game is the multiplayer. It is very close to campaign velocity-wise, and the sort of feelings it gives you when you run around and kill stuff. The artificial intelligence or AI companions or grunts and, other enemies give you that feeling that you're always killing something that is the same basically as in Titanfall 1, and it it is really great, especially for people who kind of suck at first-person shooters like me. Even, if I rarely kill pilots, I can always go around and kill AI companions because they are easier to kill, and that still gives me this feeling that I am kind of helping. So that's always great. They've added new AI mini titans that are kind of more dangerous than normal AIs, and you cannot really tackle them on foot. I mean, you can tackle them on foot, but it's like way more problems, so you generally want to have your titan on them. Yeah, there's like tons of stuff to unlock, new guns, new Titan loadouts, new gun attachments, and some cosmetics as well. There's actually a lot of customization this time around. The cool thing is that they actually provided a way to circumvent this unlocking using the credits that you earn while playing the game. So normally you unlock stuff once you level up. Leveling is actually quite quick in this game, so you don't have to wait too long. But if you want something right now, you can spend your credits that you earn during the match to actually unlock it right away. And there's, again, as I said, there's not gonna be any paid DLC with maps and Titans or anything. Everything is available right now, and everything will be free, which is, in my opinion, amazing and definitely deserves support from everyone. All right, that's it about positive sides. Let's talk about negative sides. The first one, which is not really, a major con, but it's basically a gripe for me, I would say. I crave basically for a campaign that is longer than 6 hours, because it was an amazing experience. And I want to have double of this or even more. And, not just stretched out and having the same stuff as, for example, again, in the newest Call of Duty series, but more of that really well-paced, really balanced campaign, because it was amazing. I think they should do Titanfall 3 or whatever they want to call it, and do the campaign longer, because it was really cool experience. And, I want more of that. I'm not a multiplayer guy, and I want more of the campaign stuff. All right, the next gripe is that there is still no customizable Titan loadouts in multiplayer and, well, in single player as well. You only have Titan presets. It was addressed by the developers that they tested it internally with Titan loadouts, and the problem was that basically people found this cookie cutter loadout that was fitting most of the situations, and everyone was just using that and nobody was switching, which is kind of disappointing, I guess. So this is their way of balancing Titans out, because you have to have variety on the field, which kind of makes sense, but still I think maybe some customization, some middle ground there could be found. Maybe next part will do that. Alright, the next problem is the fact that some multiplayer unlocks feel quite useless, especially those like badges and Titan customizations. Again, I'm not the guy to customize my stuff too much, so I'm yeah, okay, I unlocked, so I don't really, when I get a level and all unlocks I get are cosmetic, I don't really feel like I achieved anything, so it will be a bit better to actually unlock something useful every level. But it's not a major gripe, definitely. The next problem I have with it is the matchmaking. It can be a bit iffy, maybe because there is not that many people playing. I mean, I basically almost always had around 10,000 people in my region playing, which is a good number for a multiplayer game. But the matchmaking itself seems to be a bit strange, because from time to time I got matched with people who was level 50 or higher when I was level 5. And you can imagine, this game has unlocks, so they have a lot more cool stuff than I do, and they can do a lot more than I actually do because they played more, and that's a bit iffy, as I said. Alright, those are the major cons, and then I have two small personal gripes. Once again, as I said, the unlocks are kind of boring, so it's yeah, you can unlock a bit new guns, you can unlock a bit new Titan loadouts, but there's nothing really cool. They've removed the booster card system and replaced it with or burn cards and replaced this with boosts, but which is again a bit boring. So burn cards I think were way more interesting. But yeah, it's a bit, maybe they will tweak it with DLCs, I don't know, so let's see how that goes. And the last personal gripe that I have is actually time to kill. I think it's a bit too short, so I'm not used to playing games that kill you almost instantly. I'm more of a guy who likes stuff, like Overwatch or I don't know, Division, for example, where you can take a few bullets before you are actually dead. Because here, if you take a couple of shots in your body, you are basically dead from just about any distance. I'm fine with headshots killing you from one shot, but then I would like to, it's a future, they should have some good armor, so I want to be alive more than a couple of seconds, especially if I respawn and then run in the middle of the level and then get shot by some guy that is just like running around the corner just because I wasn't quick enough to react to him. I know that's my own fault, but that's just like, again, as I said, my personal gripe, so nothing too major here. If you are used to this kind of multiplayer combat like in Call of Duty or just about any other, I think, modern military shooter, then you will be absolutely fine here. Yeah, that's about it. I'm really actually enjoying the Titanfall 2 so far, and if you like, I think, again, as I said, this is probably my multiplayer FPS of the year after Overwatch, which is not really a multiplayer FPS, but more like a team shooter. If you like games like this, I definitely recommend taking a look at the Titanfall 2 because it is really great. And again, no DLCs. Hey, that's always a practice that you should support because this is a good practice. Yeah, so that's about all I have to say. Thank you for watching, and as always, see you next time.